What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend, but we are at the end of week 3. Of course, we have 2 Monday night games tonight. We got the Jaguars and the Bills, and then my favorite team, the Commanders, playing against the Bengals. But yesterday, we had a certain loss that I feel like needs to be addressed. This is the team I want to do a video on today, and that, of course, is the Las Vegas Raiders. We got to rebuild them today after they just lost to the Carolina Panthers. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. So for the first 2 weeks, it felt pretty apparent that Carolina was one of the worst teams in the NFL. Of course, they make the change from Bryce Young to Andy Dalton, and their offense just looks insanely different, which shouldn't be too surprising. Bryce Young has just not been very good. He's not seen the field very well. The Raiders came in as favorites against the Panthers, and Carolina comes in and just absolutely mops them, unfortunately. So if you take a look at our lineup going into this season, Brock Bowers, of course, I love that as a cornerstone piece for this team going forward. Offensive line isn't too bad. You do have a couple nice pieces. You got Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams. And it was interesting to see the press conference, of course, yesterday from Antonio Pierce. He said that some people made business decisions yesterday and will continue to make those going forward. So whatever that means, I don't know if that was like a shot at some players for low effort, that's what it seemed like. Of course, there's a bunch of rumors about Devontae Adams being traded away and his body language and all that. There's a lot of spotlight on him here. Of course, he came over to the Raiders just to play with Derek Carr. They go move on from him. Quarterback position has to be upgraded. Gardner Minshew cannot be the guy going forward. Running back position, there's a lot of work that needs done on this offense, especially if we end up trading away Devontae Adams, which is something that could definitely happen. On the defense side of the football, of course, you have Max Crosby. You got Nate Hobbs. There is a couple pieces. They just signed Christian Wilkins. So there is some things to like on this defensive side of the ball. But overall, there's still a lot of work that needs done on each side. So what we're going to do is simulate year 1. I know I could trade Devontae Adams at the deadline. We could trade him right now. And maybe the Raiders end up doing that. But it feels like every trade deadline is hyped up so much, and then it just ends up being disappointing. So I'm just going to wait till the offseason to trade him. Let's just go ahead and summon the rest of the season, and let's see how this team ends up doing. Obviously, I'm expecting to be far from a playoff team. So at the end of year number 1, we end up going 4-13 on the season. So let's just go ahead and get straight to the offseason. We'll look at the stats in just a second. But I think one step we'll take this offseason is trading away Devontae Adams. This will probably be more of a rebuild approach at this point. We have some solid pieces. Like, I'll probably keep Max Crosby around just because he's a good leader on this team. But Adams is someone's going to go. Maybe we trade Jacoby Myers as well. We'll see. So let's take a look at the player stats fairly quickly. So you got offense 31st in the NFL. Not great at all, but that's to be expected with what we had on offense. Defensively 29th. So both sides of the ball, pretty bad. Minshew, pretty horrendous. You had 800 from Madison. You got Devontae Adams with only 900 yards, not even a 1,000-yard receiver. Brock Bowers showed some promise, which is nice. Defensively, you had, 8.5 from Crosby, which is to be expected. And then Robert Spillane had 5 interceptions, so that's awesome. But overall, a lot of work that needs done. Of course, draft night will be important. Free agency will be important. And just making overall the right moves will be important as well going forward. So we got to figure out what the best approach is. I think trading Devontae Adams this offseason is definitely a need. We got to see who needs to be re-signed first and foremost. So we got Nate Hobbs as a free agent, only 26 years old. Trayvon Moehrig as well. So that's our secondary. Robert Spillane's a pretty solid piece for this team as well. Malcolm Koonce, you got Marcus Epps. So a lot of free agents on the defense, not going to lie. I do want to re-sign Nate Hobbs for sure. So we're going to re-sign Nate Hobbs to start this off and try to keep him around. So he's going to stay. Same thing with Moehrig. I think keeping him is definitely beneficial for this team as well. Just kind of having that free safety who's been here for a while. And boom, he's back as well. So Nate Hobbs, Moehrig is great. Spillane at 29. I know he's been solid for this team, so I will go ahead and give him a small contract. He is going to stay, so that's nice to have. Madison, I'm fine with letting him go. Malcolm Koonce, I'll go ahead and bring in just for depth as well. So he wants to play for a new team. I guess that's fine. Marcus Epps, probably go with the different direction there. Darnay Holmes, and I'll probably let the rest of these guys go. So that will be the re-signs, and now it's time to get into low-key. It's time to get into the team salaries because I kind of want to see if there's like any obvious cuts to save even more money. So savings, you got 27 million if we cut 27 million if we cut Devontae Adams, which I won't do. I'm obviously going to trade him, not cut him. Max Crosby, we're not going to trade him. I think we're going to keep him around. Jacoby Myers, I think, is somebody you can get something for. I will cut Minshew and save $6 million, though. I have no problem doing that. So let's just start with that. Minshew will not be the quarterback going forward. We can just go ahead and release him now. So he's going to be cut to start this offseason. And now I think the next step is probably trading both our wide receivers away. I know that sounds weird, but I think that's probably the best thing to do. Adams is unhappy. We could keep Myers around, but I would just rather have a full reset at that wide receiver position. So I think that's where we're going to start in this video. First move of the offseason is trading away both the wide receivers that we have. So I went ahead and put Devonta Adams in the trade finder, and this one is somewhat of a realistic trade. There has been some rumors about Washington wanting to upgrade their wide receiver spot, obviously. Now, I don't think Washington is getting Devonta Adams like some Commanders fans. I think that's definitely not happening, but we can get Mike Sandertel and a second round pick. Sign me up for this. I'm going to go ahead and do this trade. We're going to send Devonta Adams to Washington and get a second round pick in a corner, a young corner that is, for Devonta. Sign me up for that. So that was a great start, I think, as far as this rebuild is concerned. And next is going to be Jacoby Myers. I want to see what we can get for him as well. So obviously, I'm not expecting as much in return. The Broncos want to give me Marvin Mims, which is, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Michael Wilson is an interesting piece to bring in, I guess, because we need somebody at wide receiver. And Kyler Murray adding Jacoby Myers, that sounds interesting. We might low-key do that trade. I don't mind that one at all. Carlton Davis, you got Deontay Wyatt, Jonathan Jones, Roger McCreary, and then 2-7. So I think I am going to go ahead and do that trade with the Arizona Cardinals. I do believe it makes somewhat sense as well. We get 3 7th-round picks, and then Michael Wilson as a young wide receiver, and then the Cardinals get the veteran instead of, they already have Marvin Harrison, who's a stud in himself. So I think it's a great way to start this video. We get 2 young players. We trade away Devonta and Jacoby Myers, and that seems solid. So we take a look at our lineup now, and we'll look at free agency in just a second. We add a second-round pick for Devonta Adams and a corner. So AOC is the new quarterback. Obviously, that is not going to stay that way. Brock Bowers is up to superstar potential, which is great. Our left side of the offensive line looks solid. Probably need to upgrade the right side a little bit. We definitely need a running back going forward. I do not trust Amir White as the guy. Another wide receiver. A lot that we need. I doubt we'll be able to do it all in one offseason. Crosby is great, of course. Corners. We do have a lot of bodies at corner, so that's solid. And I guess Jack Jones isn't really a strong safety, so we do need a strong safety. So quite a few things we still need to do. So let's just go ahead and get into free agency. And let's see who's available to be signed. Low-key, the free agency classes have not been great. So kind of expecting that here as well. But hopefully we can find a couple nice pieces. So we've made 5 offers in free agency. We got Paulson Adebo, we got Jalen Warren, we got Jedrick Willis, we got Josh Uke, and we got Ricky Stromberg. So obviously we'd love to get all 5 of these guys to start to build something up here. As you can see, there's a little bit of a trend where we got 26 years old, 24-year-old. Jalen Warren is not like the guy I want to be the starter, but I think having him as an option in this backfield is a lot better than just having Zeus right now. So hopefully we can get all 5. I doubt we'll be able to, but it would be awesome if we can. So let's see how lucky we get. So we are going to get... Okay, so they've all signed somewhere. Fingers crossed we got all 5 of them. We all 5. That's huge. That's a massive free agency, massive haul in free agency. So let's go see what else we got going on. Now, I know we needed a strong safety. There's a couple interesting names, but nothing that sticks out. Isaiah Simmons is interesting. I might go ahead and sign him just to a nice little deal just because we need somebody there, and we can still draft one if we need to as well. So we might go for him, but outside of that, I need to remind myself on what else we need. So really solid haul on the first day of free agency. Really can't complain. Getting all 5 of those guys was amazing. Paulson Adebo, the corner spot was filled. We had depth. But at the end of the day, if you could add an 85, 26-year-old superstar corner, yeah, absolutely do it. So Warren becomes, and then the offensive line looks pretty solid. Getting Ricky Stromberg and Jedrick Willis looks amazing. We can move Jedrick Willis to right tackle as well. That way he's not listed at left tackle, so that's fantastic. So very, very solid offseason in my mind. This was a great free agency class, so feeling good that we were able to get everybody we targeted, so that's awesome. So there you go. Offensive line's looking good. Tight end spot's looking good. Wide receiver, of course, still needs help. There wasn't great wide receivers in free agency, of course. Quarterback, still a massive need as well. On the defense side of football, you got Josh Uke now. You got Paulson Adebo. Once we add Isaiah Simmons, he'll be the strong safety. We definitely still need D-line help as well. Another middle linebacker would probably be worth it. So, again, still a lot that needs done. So let's go look at D-tackle, right end, and MLB. And we'll see if we can get any of that in free agency just to give ourselves a little bit of a competitive edge going into the next season. We'll start the draft, which is nice. So if we go look at D-tackle first and foremost, we got Sheldon Rankins. Nothing fantastic. Nothing at all. Left end or right end. So you got Clelin Ferrell, who, of course, was drafted by the Raiders. We got Matos, which is interesting. I don't mind that. Let's see at left end. So we got Cameron Jordan. We got Melton Williams, Darrell Taylor, Derek Barnett. I think I will try to go for Matos here to bring him in. So we're going to try to get Matos and Isaiah Simmons, which seems solid to me. And then D-tackle. There was nobody here, right? We already kind of looked at this. So nothing going on here unless there's somebody down here. Bobby Brown, I guess, is a 25-year-old. As depth is interesting, if nothing else. So we can go ahead and sign him. 25 years old. Maybe take a chance on him. And then last but not least, we'll look at middle linebacker. So we got Caden Ellis. We have Landon Roberts. We got Tyrell Dodson. Nicholas Morrow, Kazir White. I'm going to sign the vet Kazir White. Probably give him like a 1-year deal. I don't want to be committed to him too long. We'll see if we get any of these guys, and this will probably be the last of our free agency spending. So Isaiah Simmons, Matos, Kazir White, and Bobby Brown. So let's see if we get any of them to sign. And we're going to get, looks like all of them. So that's great. Bobby Brown, Ricky Strong, or sorry, Matos, and then what else? And then Kazir White signed. All right, so it's just up to Isaiah Simmons, and we're still his #1 offer, and he should sign. Boom. Okay. Not a bad offseason. Every free agency we went after, we got. So that's fantastic. And now we head into the draft, and we get to upgrade our quarterback spot probably in the draft. We probably have to go that direction, of course. We get to upgrade wide receiver through the draft, and anything else we can pretty much get our hands on. So not a bad offseason. I'm happy with it. I feel decent about it. So let's just go ahead and jump into the draft, and let's complete this offseason even more. I'm curious to see what pick we have in this draft. We will be picking number 4. So we might miss out on a good quarterback. We'll see if good quarterbacks go off the board. So let's go to our next pick. So Carolina, left in, right in, corner. So not a single quarterback went off the board yet. That's interesting. So we get to take our quarterback at the top. So we got McCutcheon, we got McDonald, and we got Watson. So I guess just we got Watson in one of the videos earlier, the Carolina video. So I do prefer to probably take McCutcheon here instead. So out of Oregon, Bill McCutcheon. Again, draft classes aren't working in Madden. It's super annoying, man. I really want to be able to, actually grab a real draft class. But this guy looks pretty solid. A under pressure, B awareness, B break sack, A deep accuracy, B medium accuracy. Looks like he can throw the deep ball. So we'll absolutely walk away with Joel McCutcheon and feel pretty solid about that. So that was going to be our new quarterback going forward. And I can't be too mad. So he was ranked number 23 in true value. He is hidden dev. So whatever. We needed a quarterback at the end of the day. It said he was a top 5 talent, and we'll be happy with that. So pretty happy with that selection. We needed a QB, hidden development quarterback. You really can't be too mad with that. And now we'll be picking early in the second round here again. And then our other pick, maybe we don't have one at all. Doesn't look like we have another pick in the second round. Maybe that second round pick we got from Washington was for like another draft. I wasn't paying attention. But I'm pretty sure it was for this draft. But whatever. So what do we need? So we got free safety, right outside linebacker. We really need a wide receiver, to be honest with you. But I don't know if I could reach down the board for a wide receiver. We don't need a free safety necessarily. Linebacker, strong safety. And we could use a strong safety. Not going to lie. Like Jalen Downs is here. C zone, B player recognition. So he looks solid. But I do want to grab a wide receiver in the worst way possible because we do not have a wide receiver at all. We have Trey Tucker and Michael Wilson. We need to upgrade this. F catch traffic, C catching. This guy looks terrible. Not gonna lie. C medium route, D spec catch. Not feeling him at all. Let's see other wide receiver that I saw. I think. Okay, so we got Paul Peters, deep threat, which kind of goes well with obviously who we just drafted, who has good. The A deep route, B release, C catching traffic, I should say. A spec catch. Okay, that becomes interesting. B release. I don't mind this. We might draft our wide receiver here just because we need one really badly. We'll be reaching down the board quite a bit. We got a 6'1" wide receiver. We could take Christopher Smith as well. We got 44 seconds to evaluate this. I think we're going to take the other guy. We're definitely going to take the other guy. So we'll hope that the other guy becomes a good pick for us. So let's go ahead and take Paul Peters here. New wide receiver coming in to pair with McCutcheon. And that'll be our second round pick. So we're going in on offense right now. We need some offensive help. And we'll see how that ends up going. So ranked number 24 in true value. Draft him at 36. So I feel pretty solid about that. Hidden development wide receiver. Beautiful stuff so far. This draft class is going extremely well. Really can't be too mad about that. So now we go to our next pick. And again, I thought I got another pick from the Commanders, but maybe the Raiders didn't own their own second. I don't know. Unless I'm just dumb and I don't see our pick, but I don't see it. All right. Let's now go to the third round. So let's go to the third round and let's see what we got going on here in round 3. So round 3, strong safety is at the top of the board, which could be interesting. We also do have another wide receiver, another deep threat, which becomes interesting. But I don't mind adding someone next to Isaiah Simmons, and George Gregory looks solid. So I'm going to go ahead and take George Gregory here. We got him in this draft as well. He's going to be number 13 true value. Drafted him at number 68. Wow, that's it, man. This draft is going extremely well. I love how this first offseason, even though we've done only 3 Madden rebuilds before this is by far my favorite rebuild so far. We have done a fantastic job. Every free agent we went after, every draft pick we've made so far has been hidden dev. I'm going to let the assistant GM take care of the rest at this point. I feel like I'm going to let this offseason end on that. Hidden development, strong safety. we'll go look at our lineup going into this next season. So here is the lineup going into season number 2. We got McCutcheon as the starting quarterback. We didn't really get another running back outside of Jalen Warren, which isn't great. We also added another wide receiver with hidden dev, so that's interesting as well. Paul Peters, I do want to start over Trey Tucker, not going to lie. So we're going to go ahead and have Paul Peters playing with Michael Wilson. Here's your O-line looking solid. Brock Bowers, of course, looking great as well. Defensively, we got Kazir White. We got Matos. We didn't get a D tackle. We did get, like I said, a good, strong safety who is actually hidden dev. So we're going to start him right away. And then Morig, Uke, Kazir White. So all this looks solid. I don't really know. So it looks like our defensive scheme fit looks good. Offensively, it looks like our scheme fit is also great. So we'll leave that the way it is. And we'll just go ahead and submit this season. I could change the playbook as well to like the Chiefs, because it seems like things go better when you change the playbook, which is kind of dumb, but that's just how Madden works. At least that's how it used to work. I don't know if it's still like that. So yeah, you know what? Since, KC, although it hasn't been like that this year, since of course they have Travis Kelce, I would love to see that kind of usage with Brock Bowers. So we're going to go with that, and we'll see how this season goes. So one last thing, I want to look at slot wide receiver. So it is Michael Wilson listed at slot wide receiver. So I guess he's technically not a wide receiver 1, so it'll be Paul Peters instead. And then Trey Tucker will be wide receiver 2, and then Michael Wilson will be the slot guy. All right, let's go ahead, simulate year number 2 with this new lineup. I'm feeling pretty solid about things. I don't know if we'll be a playoff team. I kind of doubt that, but it would be really cool if we could have some success from last year. So at the end of this season, we end up going over 500 at 9-8. Now, we do miss out on the playoffs because the AFC is, of course, an insanely good conference. But the fact of the matter is that we went over 500. That's great progress. It looks like if we maybe would have beaten the Chiefs in the very last week, we could have made it, because I think 10 wins maybe gets you in. I guess we can find out by just looking at who clinched. So, yeah, Dolphins clinched at 10-7. So we would have had a chance. Our division was insanely good at 12-5 and 13-4. But yeah, I feel like maybe we could have edged out the Dolphins. I guess it would have depended on a tiebreaker. But man, oh man, this conference was amazing. Like, really good. Cincinnati went 14-3, Baltimore 15-2. But overall, going 9-8 feels pretty good compared to last year. So let's go take a look. Offense was 11th in the NFL. Looks like the quarterback we drafted was amazing. Defensively, we had 27th in the NFL. So defense needs work still. But 40 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. So obviously, we'd love the turnovers come down a little bit. But hey, he did throw 40 touchdowns to supplement that. Jalen Warren, of course, not the greatest starting running back, but he was fine enough. We did have 294 yards and 3 touchdowns from our QB as well. Michael Wilson, Brock Bowers, Trey Tucker, all 8. Even our other wide receiver did pretty good as well. Rookie at 10 touchdowns and 924 yards. I really want to see Brock Bowers get utilized, and he absolutely did, so I love that. On the defense side of football, sacks-wise, you had 11 from Max Crosby, 2 from Robert Spillane, and then you had 6 interceptions from Paulson Adebo, which, of course, was our addition through free agency. George Gregory, our rookie, with 5. Like, this was an amazing season as progress is concerned. So, obviously, the next step is full on making the playoffs next year, because you can't go from 9-8 and then just go win like 7 games next year or whatever it may be. We got to make the playoffs after that. So, really solid season. It's time to keep building on that, which is fun because we still have a young QB. We don't even have the best wide receivers in the building just yet. We got Michael Wilson, which I like. I think we replaced Trey Tucker with a different guy, of course. Then we figure out who we need to resign or whatever. So this comes a very important offseason going forward. Last offseason was amazing. Could not have gone any better in my opinion. We get our quarterback, and we haven't even looked at who, developed into a superstar. And we have $106 million in cap space. Colton Miller, Zamir White. I mean, in our free agency class isn't even that our own free agents. It really isn't that bad. So Tyree Wilson, I don't think you can accept the 5th-year option on him. He has not been good for the Raiders. So I'm going to re-sign Jack Jones just as depth. I mean, I want to keep my cornerback room healthy. As depth is concerned, we'll go with that. And then we'll look at Colton Miller and realize that, yeah, keeping our, quarterback protected is very important. So I have no problem getting Colton Miller back on this team. Zamir White, I think we can let him go and everyone else can go. So we're about to go walk into this free agency with a lot of money still. So let's go attack whatever we can. Maybe we make trades as well. We'll explore all avenues to keep upgrading this roster. So once again, this free agency class doesn't really have a bunch that we need, but there are some things I'm going after. So Greg Newsome, we don't actually need a corner, but getting an 88 overall 26-year-old corner is something I don't want to pass up on, especially when it has interest coming over to play for us. Hassan Reddick is someone I don't think we're getting. The Chargers have a better offer on us. DJ Reader just as a D tackle piece in Mosley. So this is basically 2 veterans. Obviously, I would like some younger long-term options, but there just isn't any here in free agency. So I'm going to submit these offers and see if we can get at least 3 of the 4 of these guys. So we do get Newsome, Reader, and Mosley. So that's fantastic. That's really all there was in free agency that I was interested in. So that kind of is unfortunate a little bit. You had Andrews and Kyle Pitts in free agency, but obviously we don't need a tight end. We have our guy in Brock Bowers, who's a superstar X Factor, by the way, now. So that's great. So obviously our quarterback's a superstar, which is great as well. We do need to get him, I think, another wide receiver. Paul Peters, unfortunately, only star, but if we could bring in another wide receiver, I think that's important. On defensively, we got, Mosley now as a depth piece. We got DJ Reader, which is great. We bring in Greg Newsome. We have one of the best cornerback rooms in the NFL now. So much depth there, which is awesome. Linebackers look solid now. So to me, the only thing that I'm kind of like targeting is another wide receiver. And then in the draft, we can get whatever we need as well. So I kind of want to explore the trade market for a wide receiver. I need to see if that extra pick came this offseason, because like when I made that trade with Devontae Adams, I wasn't aware. So let's see if let's go trade block, and then let's look at we could try to get whoever here. So draft pick. So I guess maybe we didn't have a second round pick last year. I don't know what's going on there. So let's remove this guy. Obviously, we're not going after him. So we want a wide receiver. I don't know who we could get. Rashee Rice, obviously amazing, worthy. Michael Pittman. Pittman's interesting, but not for that much money. Josh Downs, superstar. I don't mind that. Getting Josh Downs is another guy in this building. 5'10". Gonna have our long, deep threat. Josh Downs could be kind of I don't know. I mean, he's more of a slot guy, I think. But Adams, who we traded already. Terry and Adams is interesting. Got Rondo Moore as well. TD, obviously, the Raiders should have drafted him. They didn't end up going that direction. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Waddle becomes interesting at 27, but they don't have cap space either. Devontae Smith is fun, of course. Bringing him in would be a ton of fun, especially if the Eagles felt like they need to move on from. You know what? Screw it. Let's try it. I think Devontae Smith is well worth a first-round pick. So I'll see what they say for this. Devontae Smith, they say no. Offer my second as well. The Raiders did this with Devontae Adams. So let's say we offered this. They're not even close to agreeing. I mean, they're kind of close, but it's not really that close. So I guess the 2 seconds are in this next draft class. So maybe we trade one of them to get Devontae. And, I think we can make this happen. Do I want to make this happen? I do. I want Devontae Smith. I want to give our quarterback an actual option. If I have to throw as many 7ths in here, I will. A 6th. This is a lot to give up, but we get our quarterback an elite wide receiver, superstar X factor at that, and Devontae Smith. I feel like that was well worth it. And we have our guy paired. So now our wide receiver room becomes that much better. Running back position is not as focused on because, of course, we kind of have our wide receivers to throw to. So, yeah, I rock with this. We get 2 weapons that are superstar X factors for our quarterback to throw to. Defensively, the one position that I'm looking at and kind of want to upgrade, it's the middle linebacker, obviously. Right in, would be interesting as well. One guy we could still go after as well is Odafe, who's in free agency. We still have $39 million in cap space. So if we go after Odafe, Josh Uke was a solid signing, but Odafe is here as well, and he would be really nice opposite of Max Crosby. So you know what? I'm going to go for him and see what they say and say if they want to be interested or if he wants to come to the Raiders. So let's see. He has no interest from across the league. And did we get him? No, we did not get him. I think he signed somewhere else. So that's fine. Or no, we did. Or no, he went to the Titans. Sorry, never mind. Christian Harris and Drew Tranquil went to other teams as well. All right. So we just traded our draft picks. So I think we're just going to go straight into next season, low key, and just go all in and see how year 3 goes. We bring in Devontae Smith. The lineup looks fantastic. I'm excited. Let's see if we can make the playoffs in year 3. So at the end of the season, we finish up at 10-7 and are in the playoffs. We get to play the Ravens in round 1. Funny enough, the Raiders just beat the Ravens last week in week 2 regular season and then come out and lose to the Panthers. It's just funny how the NFL works sometimes. But looks like our boy McCutcheon was fantastic. So offense was 7th in the NFL. That has not been a problem. Defensively, I'm hoping we're better this year. 21st, it was better than last year, but nothing great. So 4,800 yards, 47 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. This man is an absolute stud. Rushing wise, he added 250 yards on the ground as well. Warren has been fine. Devontae Smith, 28 touchdowns, 1,700 yards. We gave up a ton for this guy. We utilized him to the fullest extent. 28 touchdowns is insane. Imagine having this guy in fantasy. That would be crazy. Brock Bowers, 1,000. This man was pretty much averaging 7. I guess it's not exactly. I was about to quick math. So obviously 2 touchdowns a game would be 34 touchdowns, but very close. Very, very close. Like 1.5 touch. It's probably not that much, but damn, that's crazy. Brock Bowers, 1,000 yards, 800 from Paul Peters, our rookie. Michael Wilson added some yards as well. Defensively, we were, let's see. So we had 15 from Max Crosby, 10 from Christian Wilkins, 5 from Bobby Brown, 4.5 from Reader, 4 from Robert Spillane, 1.5 from Mosley, and then 1 from Matos. And interception, you had 5 from George Gregory, our young safety. All right. Let's jump into this playoff game. Let's go play the Baltimore Ravens at home. And let's go see if we can take this team down. I'm hoping we'll be able to, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into the swing of things. So we are going to start off with the ball. Obviously, I think we're going to need to put up points in this game because the Ravens will absolutely do so as well. And we are going to start off with a 7-0 drive. So that's great to start with, 14-0. And we get another good field position. We are up 21-zip. But our defense isn't the greatest, so we need to keep scoring. And so far, this is looking exactly what we want. 28-10, 35-10. It looks like the Ravens cannot stop our offense. It's a very high-scoring affair right now. Defense is getting turnovers, it looks like, as well. So I think it's safe to say we are moving on to the next round. We come into Baltimore, and we just absolutely smack them around. Put up 45 on their head, and the defense holds them to under 20. You really can't be too mad about that. That is a great way to start these playoffs. We had 6 touchdowns, bro. 6 touchdowns and 453 yards. This man is different. Let's go to the next game. We could be Super Bowl contenders here, especially after what we just did to the Ravens. But now we draw our division rival, the Los Angeles Chargers. So this one becomes interesting as well. Hopefully we could just keep scoring like we did last game, but we're down 7-0 to start things off. But we'll respond with our own touchdown. Defense is going to get an interception. Huge from CJ Mosley. It looks like they got an interception, or we got another one. Man, our defense is causing turnovers. We might not have the best defense, but if we can get turnovers and give our ball to the offense, we could be in good standings. And we're up by 10 right now in the fourth quarter. And I think as long as we don't blow this massive lead here in an embarrassing fashion, we are going to the AFC Championship just like that. Oh my goodness, man. What a team we have built in just 2 off seasons. And you got 3 touchdowns in this one. We go to the AFC Championship. And now we come into Buffalo to play the Buffalo Bills, who are playing the Jaguars tonight in real life. Let's hope that we can keep this storm going and move on to the next round. So we're, they start off with the ball and we force, a punt, and they're gonna have the ball. Or just kidding. Okay, defense is getting stops, but they're gonna tie it up. So we went up and got a touchdown. We're gonna score another one here. We get another stop. Interception for Robert Spillane. Like I said, man, we're causing turnovers. Unfortunately, didn't score off that one. We have the ball, and we're going to go up 21-14. Bills will respond with a field goal, and we're going to score again, 20-17. This offense is elite. Another interception from Nate Hobbs. Okay, this becomes an interesting game. We need to score here, and the Bills are going to take the lead, 28-32. Okay, AFC Championship time. We just need a touchdown to take the lead here. I'm going to come in and see if we can take the lead. So that is what I'm going to do here. So let's see if we can make that happen. We're going to look at under Z curl, or I clicked the wrong play on accident. All right, so we got Peters, Devontae Smith. Do I want to change this to anything? Yeah, so I'm going to go play action, deep cross, go. We're going to look for Peters. If Devontae Smith gets open, it looks like we're going to be able to hit him as well. But I'm going to find... Okay, I'm glad we got rid of that. So we have all 3 timeouts as well, so there's no rush here, 28-32. We just need to get a first down. It's not that complicated. So let's go to Flood Z Drive, and let's get a first down here. Let's pick up a first down. So Devontae Smith or Michael Wilson or even Peters. We'll see who, or Brock Bowers as well. All right, let's see what we got. We're going to find Peters over the middle here. Or that's Michael Wilson, my apologies. Get out of bounds. I think we got out of bounds, which is great. No, we didn't. But that's fine. We're not going to leave time for the Bills on the clock. So let's go to, let's see what we can do here. So, this guy's pretty quick as well. Just kidding. It's not that quick. I'm going to throw that away. I could have maybe hit Devontae Smith, but if I would have thrown that and got hit, it could have been intercepted. All right, we're going to look at Dagger here now, and we're going to see if we can hit Wilson over the middle. Might look for Devontae Smith or Brock Bowers coming over. Let's see what the defense gives us. I think Michael Wilson is going to get open, and I'm going to get sacked again. All right, 3rd and 21. I'm just not waiting for these routes to develop, and fortunately, I'm waiting too long. Okay, 3rd and 21. We got 2 downs to pick this up. I do like seeing press coverage, so that becomes interesting, especially, we're going to have X over the top, and we will take that all day. But is this overthrown? It is. 4th and 21. That was open too. The pressure was there a little bit, but that had plenty of time. That sucks, man. We needed to hit that. All right, 4th and 21. This is the season right here. Let's see if we can hit this. I'm going Devontae Smith for the season. Please catch this. Yes, that is exactly what we needed. Wow, that is massive. Holy moly. Going to Devontae Smith there. Can we get a stop on defense? Wow, they respond just like that quickly. Holy moly, that's insane. Oh my gosh, we have no timeouts. They responded that quickly. That's insane. Okay, well, I'll see if I can make something happen here. I'm going to need time, and I don't know if I'm going to get it. I'm going to go. I'm not going to be able to get that off. I think I would have had B for a big completion. Man, this sucks, bro. I thought we had the win. How do we give up a touchdown like that in that much time? They had all 3 timeouts, though, I guess. This is the same play we hit earlier. I don't know if we'll get that lucky again. We actually might have B. Oh, this is overthrown, though. Oh, my gosh. That wasn't really overthrown. That was good coverage. I can't really see that was overthrown. I'm going to go back to the same play. We're just hoping to hit, find them sleeping, but they know what they need to do. We got one more play for the season. This is the last play. Can we get something going? I'm going to try. That might be there. Oh, my goodness. Please don't get tackled. Please don't get tackled. We're in. Oh, my gosh. Holy moly. Peters, our draft pick, gets in at the buzzer. Holy moly. We're going to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen is just... Oh, my gosh. What a freaking... We're going to the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. That was crazy. I thought I was going to get tackled short of the goal line. I would have been so... 6 touchdowns. This man is insane. We're going to the Super Bowl. I don't care who we're facing. We're beating them. We're too good. We now find ourselves in the Super Bowl going up against the Green Bay Packers. So let's come out here and see if we can keep the momentum going that we got going right now. So they go up 7-0 on their first drive. We don't respond with our own touchdown, which has been unlike us, but we finally do here, 7-7. Our offense has been absolutely elite. And we're going to respond with a field goal. Okay, 10-21. Packers might have our number here. 17-21. We get a stop. I don't think we're scoring 10 seconds, but here we go. We are going to take the lead 24-21. We're about to go into the fourth quarter here soon. Oh, my goodness. Scoring there again would have been amazing. We need a response, and we got good field position here. Not going to score on it, though. It's 24-31 with 2 minutes left. Okay. I'm going to come out here and try to win this game for the boys. All right. Tight end corner, we'll start with this. I like Jalen Warren on this Texas route, or Peters coming inside, whatever we like to do, or even Michael Wilson kind of going on that out route. So I'm going to hit Warren here for a nice little gain. So Jalen Warren. Ooh, wait a minute. We might have something going here. That was a really nice gain. A lot more than I thought we'd have going for us, but great start to this drive. And now we can go to flood sit, and let's see if we can come out here and push this drive into the end zone. All right. So I will look for Brock Bowers coming over the middle, and he is going to be there. So Brock Bowers, little nice gain there again. So that is going to take us past the 2-minute warning. I low-key want to take some time off the clock, not going to lie, because I know Jordan Love is good enough. I don't know how you go to chew clock anymore, though. Interesting. All right, so I'm going to run the ball a little bit. I don't know how to chew clock, unfortunately. But we got 1st and 10, so we can still get a first down technically, but, it's almost 1st and goal, essentially. All right, so I'm going to hand it off to Jalen Warren. This is going to get a nice little gain here. And he is going to get us down inside the 10. All right, well, 2nd and 6. We're going to go to scat here. And we might run this ball again. I do like the look of inside zone. I might put Warren in the end zone here. So I'm just going to hand him the rock, and he is going to go in the end zone to tie this bad boy. So we'll see if our defense can get a stop, and they do. 42 seconds left on the clock. We get the ball back. I think it's safe to say we come out here, we end this game. We actually have great field position as well. So all we got to do is get in field goal range. We have 1 timeout. So let's see if get a good block. Give me a good block. Okay, we're going to be very close to field goal range. I'm going to call a timeout. I'm going to call my first timeout. So we got to keep this ball in the air now. I'm going to go to PA crossers here so we can hit maybe Brock Bowers in the out route. As long as we don't get sacked, we should be solid. All right, so let's see if we can hit Brock Bowers. Nope, that's not going to be there. I'm going to throw this away, and that is going to be a flag. I feel like a dumbass now. Okay. Penalty. Intentional grounding. Didn't like the look of it. I was under duress. Stupid stuff. 3rd and 15. I get ourselves out of field goal range just like that. All right, well, it's fine. I can get ourselves back in. No big deal. All right, so maybe we can even score a touchdown here. All right, so I'm going to look for Bowers to get out of bounds, or we'll see what the look is. I actually like Devontae Smith And that might just go to the end zone. Screw a field goal. Screw a field goal. 37-21. I'm going to play on defense, though, because there's been some weird stuff happening on defense. So, did we miss the extra point? Wow, we actually missed the extra point. That's actually insane. They have all 3 timeouts, so this becomes very important. So hopefully we don't allow them to, get in field goal range. So we'll see how this goes. CJ Mosley, I'm going to user him. Or I guess CJ Mosley is blitzing in this instance. I'm not on the right guy, but we might get a sack. Just kidding. That's going to be a great start to their drive. All right, so they need a touchdown. I got to keep that in mind. They don't need a field goal. They need a touchdown. So we'll go back to cover 4 drop. We're just going to play deep zone and hope that, works out in our favor. All right, Robert Spillane. I'm going to cover with him. 16 seconds left on the clock. This is to win the damn Super Bowl. We just got to close this game out. We'll give you that all day. You can take that all day. 10 seconds left. 2nd and 2. We'll keep playing this deep zone. If they score a touchdown, this game is over because they're going to kick the extra point. Looks like our kicker actually missed the extra point, which is insane. All right, so let's see if we can... They're going to go screen. All right, interesting. They're going to go out of bounds. 5 seconds left on the clock. At this point, I think I'll play prevent. Yeah, man 3 deep. They need to find the end zone. And as long as we get a stop, we've won the Super Bowl. So I might even blitz this. Or maybe I could have. All right, so this is going to be out of bounds. There's no way that's... Okay, so that's game. Just like that, 0 seconds left on the clock. We have won the Super Bowl. That's great stuff, man. What a beautiful video. By far, we've only done 4 since being back, but this is by far my favorite Madden rebuild we've done so far. Off seasons were absolutely beautiful. The draft was insane for us. And that was a very quick turnaround. The quarterback we got was amazing. Lovely stuff. This is exactly what you want in a rebuild. And we beat the Packers in the Super Bowl. That's just it. That's just stuff. This storybook ending. You really can't book it any better. All right, guys. I'm going to end it there. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. I'm glad to be back doing Madden rebuilds. They've been a ton of fun. Is that Randy Moss giving the trophy? I didn't realize he was in the celebration anymore. Or at all, to be honest. But I'm going to end it there, guys. Appreciate y'all for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.